Greetings all, and welcome back to Globbits Gaming Channel. Got a quick video for you, replay of me in my D.W.2. Yes, I'm in a D.W.2, or as it's going to be referred to from now on in the next series of videos, as the Douchwagon. It was christened the Douchwagon by Skippy. Now, he probably didn't invent the name himself, but we're going to use it as a Douchwagon. Okay, I'm going to lay down the law for you straight away. This tank is a piece of crap. It is garbage, or to pun a popular phrase of a popular YouTuber that I know, garbage. Okay, this tank is shocking, beyond shocking. I've been issued a challenge. Well, I am trying to make a point with this tank. Skippy says it's the worst tank in the game, hideous piece of shit, and you'll never do well in it. So what the Globs decided to do, he opened his big mouth, and I've challenged myself and had a little bet with Skippy. And what basically the bet is, I've bet him that I can get 800 base experience in this tank. That is my mission. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do a series of videos of me trying to achieve this challenge. And this is a game, I'm in a platoon with myself, Max and Skippy, and my job is to try and get 800 base experience in this tank. Okay. As you can see from the review that I did in the garage, this tank is a piece of shit. So it's going to be a tall order. Now, I've gone for an equal split of AP and HE, and you will all know why from the review. Equal split of AP and HE. So I've decided to take quite a defensive position. What I've decided to do with this vehicle is to play it safe and pick my opportune moments to do what I do. The main purpose of me doing this challenge is to pique my interest back up in the game. Not saying I'm losing interest as such, but it's giving myself a little bit of a challenge. I'm a little bit of a sadist, really, to be perfectly honest with you. But I like a challenge when I see one. I mean, everyone harps on to me about the M3 Lee, that they really, really hate the M3 Lee. But to be honest with you, I actually didn't dislike my M3 Lee. I'm not being funny, I'm not going to take it home and introduce it to my parents. But to be perfectly honest with you, I didn't find it that much of a problem. You just don't play it like a medium tank, you play it like a tank destroyer with a really crappy gun. And it seemed to do okay for me. So I switched to HE there, really quick reload on the gun, so I switched to HE for that Valentine. I'm going to have problems killing this Hetzer, so I'm not even going to entertain the Hetzer for the moment. Alright then, we've been having some fun in the clan. The clan's growing, the player base is growing, and the activity of the players is growing as well. For those of you interested, we've got 44 players in the clan, including myself, and we're actively playing team games. We've started doing training rooms, team training rooms, and all that kind of good stuff, working on tactics and how to do stuff. We're doing quite well. I'm going to keep putting up team battle videos if any of them are any good. I've got one that we just did now, literally just now. Where, in my opinion, oh, check that shot out! Did you see that? How cool was that shot? Yeah, we basically outplayed a team. We didn't have the advantage with regards to vehicles, but we sure as hell made sure that we used our tanks properly and made them count. I went away from the traditional IS-3 as well. I went on the T69. That was interesting. Yeah. So what I'm going to do with the channel then? I've promised you a Let's Play series. For the moment, I'm probably going to do a Let's Play on the Douchwagon. Skippy's basically convinced me, and I like a challenge. I'm one of those guys that when I get challenged or challenge myself to something, I set my mind to something, I go and do it. So my challenge is going to be 800 base experience in a Douchwagon. Send me your replays in. Have any of you out there driven or drive Douchwagons? If you do, I'd like to see your replays, please. See if you can do better than the Globs. Yeah, there's a challenge out to everybody. All 700 of you, which is another thing I want to mention about the channel. I've got 700 subscribers, which basically means there's 700, like Jingle says, there's 700 people out there, they've got nothing better to do than listen to me prattle on about World of Tanks. I'm absolutely overwhelmed. I really am. When I first started the YouTube channel, I had no idea. I thought it would just be a 5-minute thing. I so wish I'd killed that LTP there. I thought it would be a 5-minute thing, and I'd get bored of it really quickly, but I thoroughly enjoyed doing this. I'm so glad I made the clan. It's completely changed my outlook on the game. We've basically got a little community going. At the moment, as I speak now, there's 8 people in Globs clan Teamspeak, and they're all playing a team game together, being led by the faithful Qjin, or Q as we call him, or Quojin. So it's becoming a little bit of a community, and it just completely alters the game. And whenever I come onto online, there's always somebody there. You know, there's always somebody to talk to, and it's just cool. It's really awesome, and that's all I'm going to say about it. You guys are awesome. Big shout out to the Globs boys and girls. At this point, I wish to God that Electo hadn't done what he just did there. I wish the Electo had sat in the cap circle.
Critical hit.
One of these things I've noticed with this tank as well, with the gun, you've really got to shoot weak points, even on a D.W.2. That's how fucking bad this tank is. You have to pick your shots on a French D.W.2. Okay, so now the enemy's capping, so I've got to go back and reset. My noble quest to 800 base experience started off reasonably well. This is one of the first games I had in the D.W.2. I think I've had like 4 games up until now in this thing. I've started to switch to HE because the 2 tanks at the left are Matilda and a T-82. I don't have a hope in hell's chance of penetrating the Matilda in any way, shape or form, so I have to use HE on him. Now thankfully he's not looking at me. Now I wouldn't mind with this gun if it was actually freaking accurate. I don't mind shit penetration guns or low alpha damage guns or anything like that, but when you get a combination of crap accuracy, crap aiming time and garbage damage and pen, you've got problems. I managed to ping the Matilda, but the T-82 is still capping, so I've got to move out. Now this, the language I used at this point in the game was absolutely horrific. I apologise for all of those who are in TeamSpeak. I'm taking fire from the Matilda, but I've got to take the hits. I've got to take the hits. I've got to shoot this T-82.
The engine is damaged. Target acquired. Target released.
I missed my first shot. Not a problem. I've got a quick reload, and the second shot misses.
Everyone get out.
Oh, fuck! And they cap. So, the starting mission of the Douchwagon was not a success. Let's just have a quick look at the post-game stats. Alright then, let's have a bit of a look at how bad the Douchwagon really is. Now, I'm going to include this garage review in with the replay. So if you're listening to this, I've already mentioned that basically I cocked up on my recording. I'm going to admit it. Okay, doing this after about face. The replay came first, and then the post-game stats, and then this. So, let's get to the replay. Okay, not replay, review. This is a Tier 4 German heavy tank. It's a heavy tank. The Douchwagon, or the Douchwagon 2. Let's call it the Douchwagon from now on. Okay, we've already established that from the replay. So, let's have a look at some stats on it then. It's got 420 hit points, which is pretty healthy for a Tier 4. The Matilda, which is basically it's the nearest thing to a heavy tank at Tier 4, a true heavy tank with brutal armour. The Matilda only has 370, so it's got more health than the Matilda, but not by much. It weighs 30 tons. It's a heavy tank, literally. It's very heavy, but it's only being pushed around by a 300 horsepower engine, so it's not exactly very quick. It's basically heavy tank quick, really, but in a Tier 4 game, alright, this is the problem with this thing. It's a heavy tank. So what do heavy tanks rely on? Well, they've either got auto-loaders, and they're gay, and they're French, or they've got reasonable good armour of some description. This thing has 50mm of armour all the way around, and it's all flat and German. So, to be honest with you, can you play this thing like a heavy tank? Not really, because of that armour. Its turret traverse is 42 degrees a second, which isn't bad. In fact, it's pretty good. The view range is reasonable for Tier 4, 330. Let's just have a quick look at the Matilda. 340. Yes, it's slightly less than the Matilda. And it's got a really, really good radio. Its radio is a damn sight better than the Matilda. But the thing is, the radio's irrelevant because it ain't no scout. That's for sure. Alright. The problem arises with this tank, with its choice of cannons. I say cannons. Pea shooters. You get a choice of 2 guns. Okay, you've either got the 5cm quick L60, excuse me, or you've got the 7.5cm quick L37, L24, the short stubby 75. To be honest with you, they're both shocking. the 75mm derp. Well, I think it's not even a derp gun, but it's got derp gun accuracy. It's 75mm caliber, 14 rounds a minute, 43 penetration with your basic ammunition. That just is not good enough. Even your premium ammunition is 87mm, and in fact for this thing, if I was going to use the 7.5, I would just take HE. In fact, I think I might actually do that. Groundbreaking stuff, ladies and gentlemen. I've just had a cunning Globbits plan. I'm going to load HE in this thing. Skippy, if you're watching this, fast forward. Alright. I'm going to load nothing but HE. Is that a good idea? I wonder. We'll see. I'll test it out. Stubby this with the HE. If I play it right, it should be okay. But originally, I went for that replay was using the 5cm gun. Now, the 5cm gun is crap. Okay, 25 rounds a minute. It's got good rate of fire, don't get me wrong. 67mm of penetration on its basic ammunition. Now, just a stipulation on this, I'm not allowed to fire premium in this challenge. Okay, I'm only allowed to use standard ammunition. So 67mm on the AP ammo, 25mm on the HE, but the HE only does 90 damage. So but it's enough to cancel cap circles. The accuracy is 0.4, which is garbage, and the aiming time is 2.3, which isn't bad. There's your weakness, your gun, and your armor, which isn't a good combination for a heavy tank. In its defense, I think with correct angling, you might be able to get a few bounces in this thing. The tracks are really big and meaty, so I might start using those. I don't know. But this tank really, this challenge for me would not be difficult in an M3 Lee. 800 base experience in M3 Lee, not a problem. I've done it. Let's have a look at my stats on the M3 Lee. I actually did really well in the M3 Lee. M3 Lee, where is it? There we go. M3 Lee. 78% win ratio. Only 14 games in it, but my average experience was 352 base experience. So, the maximum experience I earned in a battle was 733. So I could quite easily do the challenge in the M3 Lee. In this thing, it's going to be difficult. So, challenge accepted, and we shall see. We shall see. And there's the post-game stats. Look! 806 experience! Yay! No, because that's not base experience. Oh, scheisen. Okay, that was a pretty good game that I had there, in my personal opinion, in this thing. Let's have a look at who I actually managed to kill. A Hetzer, which on paper I shouldn't have been able to penetrate, but I got lucky with the lower glacis. Panzer 38NA made his grind even worse. Mr. Rush die. I apologise, mate. I had to go through that tank too. Unlucky. Panzer 38T, a D.W.2, and a Valentine AT. Basically, from what I've gathered from my initial playing of this tank, you really have to pick and choose who you shoot at. Which for me is a challenge. I'm used to driving quite strong tanks and just basically not outplaying them, but having the ability to fail occasionally. In this thing, you can't fail. This thing is fail. Team score, my base experience for that game then was 448. Now, I have it on good authority that would have pretty much been quite close to the 800. I have to do more than that, which is going to be a challenge. But I think the only way I'm going to do it is to have a really good game in a tier 4, in a tier 4 only game. Similar to that, I mean, Easy Moon, I mean, I wish he could have got the shot on the T82, but never mind, such as Life, C'est La Vie and all that kind of good stuff. Not going to moan too much. Alright. I hope you enjoyed that. There's going to be more of those. There'll be a few compilations of fail maybe before this, and if I actually manage to make it, I need to think of a suitable forfeit for Skippy. So suggestions in the comments box below, and also send me your D.W.2 replays. Get your asses out there and play some D.W.2 games. I will include them in the compilations because I doubt I'll be playing this tank over and over and over again. All right, so that's me done for now, guys. Take care of yourselves as usual, and I will see you on the flip side. Bye now.